My husband is a control freak who plays secret cameras in our home to watch me, but he's away on a work trip, so I have 2 weeks to plan my escape. I can't do this anymore. I feel like I'm suffocating, and his family, who I've spoken to about his worrying behavior, just said he's being careful and protective as a good husband should. I need to gather my things together and find a way to be gone before he gets home without tipping him off. He's always threatened that if he ever found me cheating on him, he'd turn in divorce papers the same day, and he keeps a filled-out copy on his desk. But there's so much to do, like finding a new place to live, seeing if my job has any transfers available, and packing and moving in 2 weeks before he gets back. His return flight is on May 14th, so I need to move quickly. What's the easiest and safest way to do this? Update 1. I talked to my manager in work and explained a brief version of my situation, and he promised to look into job openings in other states to see if they could get me into one. They said they'd update me as soon as possible. I trust that my bank account is secured, considering he's tried to get into it before and failed. I found one camera in the kitchen, another in the living room, and one in our bedroom. I've left them in place for now and done all other planning in places where I'm safe, like the bathroom. The day before I leave, I plan on changing my phone number with my carrier and wiping my laptop and all of his electronics before I do. I've met with 2 lawyers so far and had them look over the divorce paperwork my husband had prepared, and both said that it did have some clauses in it that could have caused me some trouble down the line. What alarmed all of us was the fact that several of those clauses dealt with future children, and not as a hypothetical. I have a feeling he fully intended on getting me pregnant to keep me trapped and tied to him. It didn't even take a full business day until my work called me back and said there are 3 other locations I could be sent to. As a precaution, I started looking into all 3 cities and housing in the areas. Even if they don't have an opening that they can push me into so soon, then I will just have to quit, move, and figure things out on my own. I have enough money to live and survive for a few months until I can pick up another job. Update 2. I got good news that my work has an opening I qualify for that will not only shift me across the country, but also comes with a salary increase as well. I've started telling my in-laws and friends that I'm planning a surprise outing for when my husband gets back for just the 2 of us. This way, people don't give me odd looks if they see me out and about. I've even gone as far as asking my mother-in-law to show me his favorite recipes to sell the illusion. Meanwhile, I found a small moving company that's willing to work in a storm. The reason is in 5 days we're supposed to get hit with a large storm front. I plan to shut off the breaker and say we lost power if he asks, just as several people here suggested, and even send him a short clip of the storm. I will have all of my stuff moved that afternoon, and I will be flying out once the weather has cleared enough to do so. I have a lawyer who will push my divorce through, and I filled out the necessary paperwork so that I don't have to be here for it. I'm not suing for assets or alimony, and I've shredded his divorce papers as well. I've set up a cheap phone plan until this is all said and done, at which point I will find a new carrier, number, and phone. This one is being wiped and left behind. My laptop is provided by my work, and the IT department inspected it thoroughly and it was clean, thankfully. No other electronics aside from my laptop. A new phone will be coming with me. If Alex needs to talk to me, he can do it through my lawyer. Not sure if anything else will happen. My fingers are crossed that he doesn't think anything is suspicious. Update 3. It's been a busy week, but I've gotten so much done. Firstly, I am now out of the house and am currently in a hotel while I look for an apartment. We had a pretty bad storm system hit back home that actually lasted 2 days. High winds, thunder, lightning, and even hail everywhere. I didn't take much from the house, just my documents, clothes, and important sentimental items. I left all of the furniture and electronics behind. I cleaned the house top to bottom and took pictures on my phone so he couldn't claim I damaged anything when I left. My lawyer has already started divorce proceedings, and my husband will be served on the 14th after his plane lands early in the morning and he's back home. My lawyer will be calling him as well to inform him that I am more than willing to air out everything to the public about his actions if it means securing my freedom from him. I will go to court as long as I must to get this pushed through. I haven't told our friends or his in-laws yet. I will do that while he is on the flight to prevent him from getting wind of it before he's handed the divorce papers. I will be calling around and explaining why we're getting divorced, to try and prevent him from twisting this into somehow being my fault. I don't want him trying to claim I had an affair or something, so I want to get the truth out before he can twist this. I'm tired, but yet I feel almost jittery and off-kilter. I keep looking over my shoulder and monitoring what I say even when I don't really need to anymore. Hopefully that will fade soon. My work is covering the cost of the hotel, and I'm working on getting my other things in order. I kinda thought it would be easier once I got out of the house, but while the fear is smaller, somehow the number of tasks only seem to have grown.